Now, because yogas and stotras, they carry a lot of high frequency and energy along with them,
Could
which
you, sorry,
connect.
elaborate a bit about stotras? I'm not sure if our entire audience will actually know what stotras are. So if you could just tell a bit and then carry on, please.
Sure. So when I say stotras, as of now, I'm teaching kids Ganpati Atharvashesha Stotra. Stotras are hymns, basically in
Yeah.
a form of songs, which we offer to God. I would not want to go in the religious aspect of it because it more has scientific effect. And having said that, those hymns are written in Sanskrit, which is one of the oldest Indian language. They have extremely high frequency and energy which they carry. So when we hear them, when we pronounce their sutras, there's a different level of energy which is generated within your body. Now, those are that's stotras. So when yogas and stotras, when a person starts doing that and inculcating into your habits every day, so the connection that I spoke about, it makes you connect with yourself, with a lot,
Mhm.
with other people, with the nature, with the universe at large, right? And I think that connection, somewhere we are losing that, which is a very
Mhm.
important aspect towards the human experience, right? That's one. Second important aspect is it does help in holistic development of an individual.
Right.
Maths, science, social science, all said and done. But over and beyond that, they develop important life skills in a person. Confidence, resilience. Resilience is one
Yeah.
of the most important aspect we have seen.
Indeed.
Commitment, as simple as your mind control. When a kid is watching a mobile or a phone or an iPad, the kid needs to probably tell his or her own mind that it's time for me to shut it down.
True.
Those are some of the things which can be developed with yogas and stotras if we do it every day. The effectiveness we can see, the results we can see if that habit it's inculcated as a habit. Now that's something which I feel that rather than doing it at the age of 35, 40, we might as well start inculcating in young kids, and hence this initiative.
That's a wonderful initiative, and with the real high rise in mental health issues these days, it's very important that we start right at the age of small age, and
True.
so that we are able to, when we grow as an adult, we are able to really face those challenges in the most practical way.
True.
And that knowledge is actually not in any books, school books at all.
Absolutely. Very well
So
said. True.
I think this is very, very important. We'll come back to that a little more, a little further. Now, making a transition in a foreign country comes with its own set of challenges. And I'm sure both of you have actually faced it. So, being a lawyer and a media consultant, Sangeeta, how did you really think of an alternate career like this?
I bet. So the reason I'm kind of lost your line question over there. There's some
Um,
interference over.
okay, I'll repeat. Being a lawyer and a media consultant, how did you really think of an alternate career like corporate life skills?
Oh, I see. So I was working with the media, as I said, in India and then in Dubai. And then when we moved over here to the UK, I moved because my husband was transferred to the UK with his job. I did what I thought would be the right thing for look into the media. Um, it was just not happening. I got a lot of work. I got a lot of work with the main, but it was not with mainstream. I was being bracketed that you speak in a certain way, you look a certain type, your skin tone is a certain type, and therefore you should be into what is called the ethnic media or the Asian media. Even the PR
Okay.
companies that I looked at. So it you kind of reflect, you think about it. is there something missing in me? Or am I not good enough? Now, the second option did not exist for me. I am good
Mm.
enough. That much confidence
Yeah.
I had. I may not be good enough for what I want to do in this environment, but I'm good enough to do what I want to do. Does that make sense? So,
Mhm.
I'm good enough and bringing the skills or the experience that they want me to have, but I'm good enough to do what I want to do. And therefore, I set up this company because, as I had said earlier, I could speak well. I was articulate. I knew I had brought in some experience with me from different parts of the world. And one of the things that I found extremely wanting, but much talked about, is understanding of different cultures. And
Mhm.
therefore, I in training incorporated something which is called cross culture etiquette, which is that when we work with people from different backgrounds, and it's not necessary that you're working with people from different cultures, i.e., you're working with Indians or Bangladeshis or Pakistanis or the Europeans or the British. You could be working in the UK with people who have lived and been born and brought up here, and you could still have cultural clashes. And that is
Yeah.
called cross-cultural challenges, because you could have somebody in your own company who's 70 years of age and somebody who's joining at the age of 18. Can you
Yeah.
imagine the generational conflict? So you've got 70 years old,
True.
50 years old, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, and an 18-year-old. And then we started talking to managers, and it has worked well with some of the companies that we've worked in developing what is called the CQ, the cultural quotient. And
Okay.
these things that I could actually incorporate into my training, and I do that extremely well and been quite successful. It's nothing that I've brought something new into the field. The CQ has been is being talked about for a long time. But I
Yeah.
find when and I've actually interestingly gone into into a secondary school and customized this for children who are going to do their A levels. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and talk to them how to manage cultural challenges when they get into university or when they're doing apprenticeships because, as you know, Pragya rightly said, you catch them young. You start developing these values in people young. You start telling them respecting other people's differences is good, diversity is
Yeah.
great. So all of this together helped me set up my company. And yes, I'm not doing anything that others are not doing. I'm doing pretty much what they're doing, but I'm trying to make it different, and it has been successful because there's a bit that I bring in from different cultures.
Okay. Yeah. That's again interesting point as well. Now, in this unprecedented COVID scenario, the entire world is actually facing challenges in some or the other form, whether it's financial, emotional, mental health, or relationship, those kind of things. And many of us here and all of the world, in fact, have lost their jobs as well and are struggling with financial crisis now. Now, what is, Pragna, you mentioned about resilience. What is the importance of resilience and adapting to changes in this context? And how should one be really open to adapt the career shift if and when needed?
Right, and that's a very important and a very beautiful question, Prachi. Um, I've been talking about human experience all through the beginning, isn't it? So I would probably
Yeah.
want to bring that back. There's a quote which I would want to share over here. We become resilient when we become resilient, we learn how to embrace the beautifully broad spectrum of human experience, right?
Very,
Uh,
very well said. Yeah.
I love this quote, and I wanted to share this with everybody because this is so relevant for this time that we are all going. Yes,
Yeah.
there are challenges. Yes, there are a lot of problems we are all facing, which essentially means we have to be resilient. But when we become
Yeah.
resilient is when we actually start experiencing the wholeness of the human experience. Now, to that question, also I would want to share over here a very important aspect is that when we become resilient, right, no matter what challenges we face, what problems we face, there's a lot of awareness and consciousness that we develop within ourselves,
True.
and that's become very important for our own selves, for our own mental health, because when consciousness and awareness rises, we are able to come up with different solutions. Very
Yeah.
important,
Very true.
right? So when we are resilient, there's a consciousness and awareness which rises, right? And when that rises, there's a different level of solutions that actually you can start envisioning yourself.
Mhm.
So that
Yeah.
connects back us, or maybe helps us to solve the problems, helps us to solve the different challenges that we are facing. So yes, resilient is extremely important, and that's how I probably look at different stages of why resilient is important and how we can become resilient, right? Now, talking about career shift and career changes,
Yeah.
right? So obviously, I when I moved to London, I did have my own set of challenges of finding a job in HR, because as an HR, I'm sure Sangeeta would know as well that CIPD is something which is very unique to UK. It is not everywhere. Although I've done my masters in HR, but yes, people over here or other organizations look for a CIPD qualified. But I strongly believe on one aspect. I did not go ahead and do my CIPD because I was an HR, a master's in HR. If you're confident of your skills and the talent that you have, and you're able to deliver, then nothing's going to stop you. Absolutely. Now, having said that, when and how we need to do a career shift and being open to that change, I think I look at that as a wonderful opportunity for everybody, not just women, both men and women, as a career
Yeah.
shift. Because I've done that earlier, and that was my conscious decision. I did that. You actually go on to finding your true passion,
Yeah.
and when the true passion happens, uh, there's nothing in this. There's so much of a zeal of energy that you get. There's so much of a boost of energy that you get to do that work day in and day out, when because of the career shift. So I think we should look at career shift. Challenges might be one of the way when women or people start looking at different career options, and I think
Yeah.
that should be looked at as a stepping stone towards finding ourselves and our true passion, because that
Yeah.
will connect us back to why we are actually over here, or the purpose that
True.
we are here. Because I strongly believe we are all here for a beautiful, bigger purpose, not just small. It's a huge, big purpose. We are all here. And I think that will connect us to the real purpose that we are of our own existence. And that's big. So it's our opportunity to make an impact, not just for ourselves, but to the society at large. So career
Yeah.
shift is a wonderful opportunity, and everybody should take it on.
Absolutely. I second that completely because even as a life coach, we always think of go for a change out of a choice. Sometimes it's a compulsion. Like as I said, people have who have lost their jobs. Now,
True.
what has happened. Now, what is most important?
True.
There, I think Sangeeta, your organization, your company, and they really help in helping women find their skills, what either they do not recognize, or even if they have, they don't know about it, so that that can actually make them fit into a different career altogether.
Yes.
So,
So
here, viewers, we will take a very short break again, and we will be back with you very shortly. Please stay tuned. Thank you.
Strength is man, ineptious, fragrance for man.
Oi, cut it out.
Man is
Oh, what's happening?
Forget all this nonsense and use your nose. Aftershaves, deodorants, and roll-ons, they're all about smelling good, not success or being someone you ain't, so grab yourself some brew. It just smells good. No messing about.
Office ready?
Love that feeling? So do we. As the UK's #1 breakdown service, the AA fix 8 out of 10 cars at the roadside and can get you going again in around 30 minutes of arrival. Plus, we offer unlimited call-outs. Get that feeling. Switch to AA breakdown cover from just £6 a month. Join the AA today. Call 0800 98 08 555. That's 0800 98 08 555.
We all love a bargain this time of year. Trouble is, most of it only gets used once or twice. But there is one bargain you'll use every day. Get great value fibre broadband for just £22.99 a month plus a £70 reward card. A bargain you'll use every day? That'll do. Search PlusNet Fibre now.
COVID-19 remains highly contagious, and even people without symptoms are spreading it. So we need to keep washing our hands, wearing our face coverings, and making space for each other. And now we're indoors more. We should let fresh air in to help blow COVID-19 particles away. Let's keep doing all we can to help stop the spread. Remember, hands, face, space, and let fresh air in.
What made you sparkle at Christmas?
Chocolate for breakfast.
Presents! Loads of goodies. Oi!
Making Reg a reindeer.
Spending all these, knowing I did it and it was brilliant. Join Park Christmas Savings. Put money away throughout the year and you can make next Christmas the sparkliest one ever. Join now at getpark.co.uk.
It's for her. It's for him.
Let's go.
It's for them. If you aren't around. Life insurance from Legal & General starts from just £6 a month and could help support your loved ones financially if the worst happens to you. You'll also receive a £100 gift card after you take out cover. Life insurance. It's for them. Get your quote today.
Welcome back to our show again after the little break. Thank you for tuning in. Now, motherhood is actually the most divine feeling for a woman. However, I believe it comes with a package deal, right? In terms of maybe impact on the career of a woman, whether small or big, whatever, in whatever way. How important is it to really pursue your passion? So, Pradnya, I would like to start with you. What are your views about it?
Right. And like I said previously when I was talking about resilience and shifting career, right? Picking up on that point, I strongly believe that we are all here for a certain purpose. And the purpose is like, I strongly believe the purpose is really big on making an impact to everybody and larger society. Okay. So hence, I believe that yes, motherhood is one of the most beautiful journeys. It's one of the most divine journeys. And I think that in a way kind of helps and contributes you to be able to contribute towards that bigger purpose, maybe towards your professional life and the work that you're doing. Because one, motherhood teaches you so many different aspects of life. I have developed so many different life skills after becoming a mother, which I don't think I would have ever had if I would have not been a mother, like patience, resilience, and commitment, or rather being probably stern with your kids. So these are some of the things that come to a woman only after you become a mother. And this, I strongly believe, is so much more that you can contribute back into the whatever work you're doing. And hence, it's extremely important to continue pursuing your dreams, your passion, your work, whatever it is, whatever a woman has been doing. Having said that, it is a juggle. It's not easy. Let me come to that
Yeah.
point. It's not an easy task. And how do we do it? Is I look at it as in a two-folded aspect. The first one is the internal, that what really drives you and what can give you that energy to keep going on that line. For that, you will have to start, or rather, a woman has to start understanding, retrospecting, and do a lot of reflection within herself. So for me, what helps is my morning routine and the exercise. That gives me a lot of energy to balance my work and my family life. Okay, that's the internal. So doing a lot of internal work, having a lot of clarity of thought, knowing what you really want to do or what problem you want to solve to the world and the society, right? I think that's extremely important, to try and understand in terms of doing your work. Second one, I'd say externally, which I would want to really talk about, is that a lot of times we women, some factors I want to focus, there are a lot many factors, is one, asking for help. Ask for
Yeah,
help
that's
from
very important. Very, very
your
important, which we
your
do not
family.
do.
Absolutely. And I'm so blessed to have a husband, a family, kids, in laws, everybody helping me, supporting me to be able to uh, drive my work and the work that I've been doing. I would not have been able to do without them. Absolutely not. So ask for help. Second important aspect where I would want to go is that take baby steps, but with a bigger vision.
Yeah.
That's where you will be able to balance. You will definitely be able to balance. And third very important aspect, which I would really want to share to all the women, this was told to me by my sister-in-law when I was pregnant with my second one, and I was like the mid-peak of my career, doing really well in my job, had a wonderful corporate career. Mrs. India UK had one. Mrs. India UK was doing amazing assignments in the fashion industry. Uh, and then I was, pregnant with my second one. She told me one important aspect, which I want to share with everybody, which I feel has impacted me. She said, Pragya, imagine you're on a cricket field, you're a cricketer, and motherhood, and at any given point in time, through this motherhood journey and later on with two kids, ensure that you do not leave the pitch. Doesn't matter. Even if you're not batting, even if you're not on the crease batting, you are still on the fielding ground. But ensure that you do not quit the pitch and go, which means that the play should go on, which means that your career doesn't matter. Take it slowly. Give it a gap of 2 months or 3 months, but ensure that you do not quit and go. And I think that is something which I have applied in my own life and has helped me to keep my career going and balancing. It is difficult, absolutely not easy, but yes, it's not impossible. We can
That's a
we I
very, very valid point. Yeah, very valid point, I would say. And here, I think, Sangeeta, you are also a mother and you also have a great career. And you must be, finding women who are on the verge of quitting at times. What would you tell them in order to not quit and keep going on and on, in spite of all the odds, irrespective of challenges which they face for childcare and other duties that they are performing?
So I will continue, and I concur and agree a lot with what Pragya has been saying. And Prachi, your question is absolutely bang on and spot on. What I'd like to say, and going from my own personal example, I took a break. I had when we moved to the UK from Dubai, I had no choice but to take a break. I mean, I had a choice. I could have left in childcare or whatever, but I chose to not work, and I enjoyed my life with my child for the years that I did not work. To women who say that, who may think of quitting, the question is why? Why are you quitting? Are the pressures
Yeah.
too much? Are the challenges too much? or are you just quitting because you have no support? So asking for help does not come very easy, because sometimes you don't get the help you think you need to get in the
Correct.
house. You don't have, bringing up a child, running a home, unfortunately, even after so many generations, remains the domain of a woman. For many
Unfortunately,
men
yes, for many.
will not pitch in. So if you cannot work only because you're short of time, and it's not because you have poor time management skills, it is because you cannot physically manage. What I would say again, look inwards. This is the time where maybe you will find a set of skills that can help you work from home, look after your child, and yet continue to do and pursue and follow something that you cherish and enjoy. It could well be, especially today, when it's all online and technology. Just imagine sitting at home. You can do a blog if you are, if you have those skills. But one very important thing, and at least it's important for me, is that being a mother also is so empowering, because you are the influencer to bring the change that we all need. Imagine
Yeah.
being a mother to a daughter and a son. Today, as you are in that position as a mother to tell your son, respect the women out there, there is no difference between you and your sister. So I believe that even if you're staying at home because you cannot work, just imagine the contribution you're making to society by instilling the right values in your children. And that for me cannot be, cannot replace uh, any job. Yes, the money and the finances are
Yeah.
important, but it is also very
Yes.
important to see yourself as the change maker and the influencer.
So, how would you guide women who are actually on the verge of losing the confidence because either they are not getting the support, or maybe they haven't recognized their own skills? So, what would you give them as a piece of advice, or because you are in that career?
Yeah. So we do a lot of coaching and we do a lot of mentoring. And I said we work with a lot of women who are wanting to come back. The first thing is to understand that you can do it. If you have it in you, you can do it. You can retrain. You can do a lot of work. So, for example, I've had three women 3 years ago, all and not Indian women. They were Iranian actually, and from Afghanistan, moved to the UK, and they did online training with us to become teaching assistants. And
Mm-hmm.
there is information out there, and we offer a lot of UK accredited courses. So a lot of women working from home can taking a time gap, can retrain with us, do our online courses. They're not very expensive. And they are certified, accredited courses which you can do within 6 months to a year, whether it's in teaching, whether it's in management, whether it's in leadership. We offer a range of courses which are recognized all over UK and Wales. And the only advice I can give, having been a mother who took a break, take a break if you can afford to take a break. And if you
Yeah.
cannot afford to, because of your financial restrictions, and I would say you have to find that inner strength for the first 2, 3, 4 years of your child to manage it, and then think about retraining. It is difficult, but it is also an opportunity. It is an
Yeah.
opportunity for you to do something that you are passionate about, something that may not cost you a lot of money, and something that will give you peace of mind and reinstill the confidence that you may be losing.
Yes. It is very important to keep that confidence going. Not everybody's circumstances may be the same. Not everybody will get the support that they really should, or what they deserve. However, I think not quitting is a great virtue to keep within yourself, and keep going. And what would you say, Pragya, about it?
So, all I would want to say is, I would really want to probably share my experience as as from the time I have founded Katha Stories Unheard, where I publish women entrepreneur stories, and almost all of them, let me tell you, Prachi, all of them have been mothers, and they have most of them have had great careers as corporates. And when I read their stories, because I interview them, I talk to them, and I publish their stories through Katha Stories Unheard, right? Um, having seen so many women's stories of how they have come back to work or how they have kept their passion going, I can really say that one what I have there is one trend that the two trends that I've seen common in all of them is one, absolutely never give up, no matter what
Yeah.
it is, just keep going, just keep at it. I think that's the trend that I've seen among all the women entrepreneurs stories that I've published so far, which is about resilience, because such success does not come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you
Yeah.
do consistently, right? That's
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I think it was absolutely wonderful talking to you, Pradnya and Sangeeta, both. I'm very sure that our viewers must have really got a lot of insights today by just listening to you. So, thank you very much for joining us today. And it was our privilege to have you both on
Thank
our
you
show.
thank you so
Narayani.
much, Prachi. Thanks to you. And
Thank you very much. So, thank you, viewers, for tuning in, and I'm very sure that you all must have enjoyed about it. Please tune in for our next episode next month, where we bring more such inspirational stories or a different topic altogether that will benefit the women in some or the other way. Thank you very much.
With Brexit comes new laws and changes. Make sure you have the right help to navigate your way through. GLS Solicitors is led by award-winning solicitor Harjap Singh Pangal. GLS Solicitors, when the experts need an expert.
The Akshay Patra Foundation has taken on a massive initiative to make sure that millions of people